Good afternoon, and again, a warm welcome to our masterclass. All right, this is the Build Up for Artists Financial Literacy Program brought to you by the ASISA Foundation. We kicked off on Tuesday, and for those of you who weren't on Tuesday, I would encourage you to go back and watch the replay of Tuesday's webinar, because today is a masterclass, and we're just going to keep building and building on all of the knowledge that we get over the next 4 weeks. My name is Darren August. I am your host, and it's an absolute pleasure to be spending my afternoon with you. We're going to be together for the next hour for today's masterclass, and I'm going to do so little talking today because we have a special guest who is literally going to be running today's masterclass. Today, we're going to be talking about side hustles for artists, right? We kicked off on Monday with the first webinar, and today is our first masterclass. And so the concept of the masterclass is really we bring in an expert, we bring in somebody who has spent at least 100 hours doing what they are going to be teaching today. And so I'm going to introduce our guest shortly. But just a reminder that weekly, we will have a webinar on a Tuesday, and then we have a masterclass on a Thursday, all right? So the webinars are approximately 2 hours or so, and the masterclass is a much shorter version. As I said, bringing the expert to literally just take it away and go through it. But we also have a guest as well. And so today we're going to be talking about side hustles. Each week there are prizes for participants who engage during the session. So please do stay until the end. Remember that you can interact with us in the chat. And so the team is in the background. Crystal will answer questions in the chat if there are any issues pertaining to like technical stuff. But also if you have questions for our guests, type that in the Q&A or the chat, and we will get through to that at the end of today's session. Don't forget that from next week, all right? From next week, we are going to be moving we're going to start at 10 a.m., all right? On Tuesday and Thursday, we're starting these sessions at 10 a.m. So please, please, please make a note of that, diarize that, know that from next week, Tuesday and Thursday, we're kicking off these sessions at 10 a.m., all right? Q&A in the chat. Don't forget there is a dedicated Facebook group as well for the program, and there is a dedicated website as well, www.buildup.org.za, and the Facebook group is called Build Up for Artists. It is a private Facebook group, but I want to encourage you to please join the Facebook group, and also go to the website where you can see replays of the webinars as well as tons of information pertaining to this program.
Ladies and gentlemen, sorry about that. By the way, my name is Silempela. Darren has just gone off due to load shedding, but he will be back on. The guys are working very hard to make sure that he comes back on. So just, in no time we'll be starting. So please just continue. Don't forget what he has actually told us, that we need to make sure that next week we regroup here again at 10 o'clock, no longer 12 o'clock. Oh, welcome back, Darren. Thank you very much.
See, that's the benefit of having actors on the webinar. You know how to just quickly fall in and continue making it happen. Great stuff. Thank you, Wisile, for handling the fort there. All right, and without further delay, it's my absolute pleasure to welcome our guest expert today. Her name is Tsungai Masendeke. She's a certified financial planner and wealth coach. She believes financial literacy is the key to fostering financial inclusion. Besides working as a speaker and panelist, Tsungai runs her own investment company and a financial planning practice. She is a proud mother of 2 beautiful girls and enjoys cooking and hosting guests when she is not looking for opportunities to invest on the Johannesburg Stock Exchange. Tsungai is also the founder of Moms and Money, a woman empowerment initiative designed to help moms with the tools, resources, and strategies they need to create multiple streams of income with the aim of leaving a sustainable wealth legacy. Tsungai Masendeke, thank you so much for being our expert on today's masterclass. I'm going to hand over to you, and you can take it away.
Good afternoon, everyone. As Darren has been so kind to introduce me, I would love to hear from my audience. This is a participatory event, okay? So I'm not here to just talk and talk and talk. Your participation is what's going to help me get energy. It's what's going to help me help you. So if I have people in this room who want more money, who want more moolah, who want more chelata, tell me in the group. I want more money, which is why I'm here. And obviously, if you don't say so, then I'm a bit concerned, because then it means that you're not in the right room. because today we're all about side hustles. We're all about the gig economy. We're all about multiple streams of income, leveling up your bank balance. So if I have people in the house who are ready to level up, tell me in the chat room, ready to level up, want more mullah, want more chelete, want more money, whatever your lingo is, want more mari, imali. Tell me, tell me, tell me. Thank you, thank you. Oh, I love that Paki. So ching, ching. Darren, do you hear this? Do you hear this? Ching, ching. I love it. I love it. I love it. I love it. And Darren, I'm going to kindly ask that you just drive with the PowerPoint slides. I'm more than happy. While I listen to our lovely audience here who want more kaching, who want more rabahla chelete imali, please. Yes, you are my people and you are in the right place this afternoon. As Darren has said, my name is Tsangai Masendeke, CEO and founder of Moms and Money, an author, award-winning international speaker, a mom of 2 beautiful daughters, and the record is that I'm still a wife to 1 husband, and I'm going to keep it that way until death do us part. Thank you, thank you, thank you, everybody, for being here today. The agenda of the day is to help you understand why you need to be a part of the side hustle thing if you are not yet part of it. How you're going to win, how you're going to slay, how you're going to make sure that your bank balance is transformed, how to make sure that you actually put into implementation all the tips, the tricks we're going to be sharing today. As part of my presentation, I'm going to help you understand what opportunities are out there and where you can plug in, whether it's offline or online. And last but not least, how to make sure that you get started, you change your narrative, you plug in for more chelete imali mari or mula this beautiful afternoon. And guys, please, like I said, this is extremely participative. I want you to participate. I want you to engage. It's not a one-sided conversation. We are here to help each other. So if you've got questions, feel free to use the chat room. I'm more than happy to address your questions as we go. So I guess a lot of people have been asking themselves, why should we actually start the side hustles? Why should we become participants in this gig economy, in this freelance economy? And all these are words that you're going to come across that actually define these side hustles, all right? So you're going to find that with side hustles, right, you either hear them being called the gig economy, or it's actually going to be freelance work. Whichever word you actually use, either is okay. The important thing is for you to actually use one that resonates with you, one that you understand, and one that you want to move along within your journey. All right. Now, in terms of side hustles, right? Side hustles have been there for years. But within the South African context, it's a relatively new concept, all right? Now, when we talk about side hustling, and it will mean different things to different people, but please indulge me just for today. When we're talking about side hustles, we're talking about employment or opportunities that you undertake in addition to your full-time role or job. Now, the idea with side hustling is that you want to increase your financial capacity. So with every person that I've seen who actually goes into side hustling, it's either because they really love or they're doing it as a passion project, or they're really out there to actually just increase their income earning capacity. Whichever it may be, whether it's freelance work, it's piecework, it's a side job, at the end of the day, we are all about the bottom line. What's hitting your bank account, all right? So at the end of the day, if we're talking about side hustles, we're talking about the little extra or the additional that you're going to be doing in order for you to obtain additional income, right? If you've got questions, please let me know. Now, within the side hustling, there's a specific element that we call the gig economy. Now, when we talk about the gig economy, we're really attributing the obtaining of income, the obtaining of money as a result of the use of digital platforms. And I'm happy to actually tell you that there are so many platforms out there that you can plug in even right here, right now, today. so that you can start increasing your bank balance, you can start increasing your streams of income, and just to interest you. And let me ask it as a question, right? How many streams of income does the average millionaire have? If you want to, please use the chat room, take a wild guess, do a guesstimate. I want to hear from you. How many streams of income does the average millionaire in 2021 have? All right. And you'll actually realize why it's important to be a part of this gig economy, because it's going to help capacitate you, increase your capability to actually earn multiple streams of income. I love the chat room coming ablaze. Nokolo says 7 streams of income. Maya says at least 8. What does everyone else think? What does everyone else believe? How many streams of income should you have? Mbale says several. I need a number from you, Mbale. And it's important that you actually plug into this gig economy, these digital platforms that have been created so that you too can increase the number of streams of income you have. Kumis are saying 7, and yes, you are definitely on the ball, on the money, Kumisa. The average millionaire has approximately 7 streams of income. Now, the question I want to ask you is, how many do you have right now? Because if you don't have at least 4, then you need to make sure that you're plugging into this gig economy, which is the use of digital platforms, so that you too can have multiple streams of income. You too can level up where it pertains to the number of streams of income that you earn. And the lovely thing about the gig economy is it has removed the geographic barriers, right? You can now earn an income from a Chinese employer. You can now earn an income from someone who's got a gig or a job sitting in the United States. You can now earn an income from someone who's sitting in Kazakhstan. You can now earn an income from someone based in Australia. Now, who here is excited at the opportunity of earning pounds, euros, US dollars, Australian dollars, Kazakhstanian shillings? Who is excited about the prospect of no longer being limited by rand earnings? Yeah. And from what I know, if you're earning in dollars, all right, it's not volatile, okay? If you've got $100 today, tomorrow it's going to be worth $100. Whereas with the rand, I cannot say more because it is an extremely volatile currency. So not only do you get to diversify your income by plugging into the gig economy, you diversify your currency, right? You diversify your currency. So at the end of the day, if you're going to be part of the gig economy, you want to plug into these digital platforms that will allow you to then be an active participant in jobs or tasks, whether short-term or long-term, and you can cash in that mullah. All right. So you're probably sitting here thinking to yourself, all sounds well and good, but is this really for me? All right. Now, I've already given you a target that if you're not earning at least 4 streams of income, you are behind and you need to level up. All right. More and more people are beginning to earn a 2nd, 3rd, 4th, 5th, 6th, 7th stream of income because of COVID. Some people have been retrenched, right? And you could be sitting in here and you have been a victim of a retrenchment. But what I love is when one door when one door closes, another door opens. This is the opportunity for you to start your own side hustles. For some people, they might not have been retrenched, but they might have experienced a reduction in the household income, meaning that one of the key breadwinners or participants in providing an income in their household probably now has less of an income. So some people took a 50% pay cut, some people 25%, but wherever you may be, all right, I am here to tell you and remind you that there is hope, that you can level up. You can plug into the side hustle economy and increase your earning capacity. For some individuals that actually participate in the side hustles, it's really because they've got a passion. So some people love baking, some people love crafting, some people love putting together business proposals, some people love putting together financials. And they love to turn those passions into profits. And you too, sitting there, staring at me in that screen, can also turn your own passion into a profit. What we found from the research is that more and more people also love the flexibility that they are afforded by being in a position to earn multiple streams of income. Another good reason why you too should jump onto the bandwagon in terms of side hustles is it has the potential of helping you if your personal circumstances have changed, right? If you are like myself, a mom with two beautiful daughters, and you realize that, you know what, the 8 to 5 is no longer the hustle you want to be involved in. You want to be able to go for swimming. You want to be able to go for tennis. You want to be able to go for those 1,000 co-curricular activities. Guess what? Instead of being locked into an 8 to 5, you can be part of the gig economy, side hustling, and you dictate what hours you are working, what hours you're going for swimming, what hours you're going for dance classes and ballet. All right. So if that's the independence, that's the flexibility you want, then definitely make sure that you are in there in terms of starting your own side hustle. Now, please let me know. Have you or have you not participated in the gig economy? And if you're still not convinced, I want to take you on a journey to help you understand why you still need to be a participant or why you should actually start participating in this side hustle, freelancing, gig economy thing. So Sandila says, I have a side hustle. And guys, please, if you don't mind sharing, let us know what you're involved in. This might be a great opportunity for you to also market and get some support with the platform you're on. Right. So the next slide that I would like to show you is one that helps you to actually understand what sort of opportunities are out there and how the freelance/gig economy has actually transformed the lives of other people out there. I see Tuto says, I don't know where to start, but I am very keen. That's fantastic, Tuto. You're definitely in the right place today. I see here that Nonkolo saying, I'm an active participant exploring cryptocurrency and online creative writing opportunities. Fantastic. And I've got the perfect opportunity for you to plug into Nonkolo if you stay tuned. All right. So in this particular slide, you can actually see, right, which industries are actually thriving the most in the gig economy. All right. Media, entertainment, information has approximately a 6% participation rate. Professional services, 4%. Consumer, 4%. Basic and infrastructure, 3%. IT and telecom, 3%. Now, why do I show you these things? So that you can also become specific in your targeting, because these are exactly the same places where the most money is being made. All right. So the rand remuneration per hour is also the highest in these particular categories that I've highlighted, all right? Going as much as about 40 to 50 rand per hour, sometimes even 80 rand per hour if you're very fortunate in terms of getting a very good a very good employer or a very good person who actually puts out the job on these platforms, all right? So if you're in media, if you've got any skill set, if you've got any sort of knowledge or information with regards to media or information, guess what? Your skills are like hotcakes right now in terms of freelancing, in terms of the gig economy. And you need to monetize. You need to make sure that you're actually optimizing on the opportunities that are available right now for you. And also to help you understand where most of the gigs or where most of this work is coming from that you can plug into, there's Brazil, there's the US, there's the UK. So overseas, right? People love us who are here in Africa because we tend to do an excellent job, but also our rates are significantly lower compared to our counterparts that are in the US and the UK. So we are primely positioned at this point because of our rates. Our cost of living is definitely cheaper, which is why we can afford to offer lower rates, and that makes us attractive. So if you have not yet plugged in, I don't know if I still need to convince you really at this point, because the evidence is out there. The skill sets that we have in Africa, definitely on demand, and there's an opportunity for us to maximize and monetize. just to give you an indication, right, of how the gig economy is actually growing. In 2018, right, and this is in millions of dollars, the gig economy was only delivering approximately $175 million, right? In 2021 alone, we are at almost $360 million in terms of injection of money into the economy. And by 2023, that number is expected to be above $450,000, $450 million. So the question I have for you today is, what are you going to do differently? What action are you going to do in order to plug into this economy that is over $300 million strong and only growing? All right. Now, to be able to participate in the gig economy, I would like to present to you what I call the winning mindset, all right? The winning mindset, because everyone knows that in order for you to make progress in life, in order for you to win, there is a certain capacity you must uphold in terms of your mentality for you to be able to win, all right? Just like an 8 to 5, just like any other business, just like any other opportunity, it's important for you to have the right mindset. And I love this quote that I came across, which says that mindset is seeing a challenge and not necessarily a problem. It's seeing an opportunity and not a burden. It's seeing a hurdle, not an unbreakable wall. Because at the end of the day, what you need to be a winner, what you need to do in order to win, in order to have a winning mindset, is to have a I can do it mentality. Now, if you're in this room with me today, tell me I can do it. I'm no longer going to be seeing challenges as problems. I'm no longer going to be seeing opportunities as burdens. I'm no longer going to be seeing hurdles as unbreakable walls. I can do it. If you're with me, if you're like me, who believes that nothing is impossible as long as I put my mind to it, let me know in the room. I want to see the people that are in my WhatsApp group who believe that they can do great things for themselves. I want to share with you 3 tips or 3 things that every winner does. All right. So even when you're entering into your side hustles, you're entering into the gig economy, you're starting this freelance work, there are 3 things that you must do. Number 1, you must set very clear goals for yourself, right? How much do you want to earn? For starters, you know, once you start this side hustling thing, how much do you want to earn every single day, every single week, every single month? And the problem or the mistake that a lot of side hustlers do is they go in this with the by the way mentality, all right? And if you go in there thinking this is by the way, guess what? You're gonna make by the way money, by the way mullah. But we're here to win it, in it to win it, all right? So you want to set clear, defined goals in terms of what you want to achieve. And one thing that I always try and make people do is, in setting your goals, make sure that it's something that's achievable, something that's specific, and something that you can measure. So instead of just saying, I want to go on an overseas trip, all right, be specific. I want to go for an overseas trip to Italy in 2022 using my side hustle money, and that trip is going to cost me 30,000 Rand, 40,000 Rand. Then you actually do the back calculation to say, if it's going to cost me 30,000 Rand, how much do I need to earn every single month? How much do I need to earn every single week? How much do I need to earn every single day? Because that will also then help determine what pricing you put in terms of the gigs or the crafts that you end up selling. Number 2, you must believe that it is possible, right? So we've already said we can do it. Now we need to believe that we can do it and get onto it. The third thing that a winning entrepreneur, a winning side hustler does is they grow, all right? They're not stagnant. They're always looking, what additional platforms can I be on? What new skills can I learn in order to perfect my craft? How can I be a market leader where it pertains to the side hustle that I'm in, right? They do not settle. They're not complacent, all right? They're always looking for the next best thing in order to improve their income generating capacity. Now, a few tips that I want to present to you in order to fuel the winner in you. Because I know that because you're here today, you want this thing, all right? But you might be stuck because maybe you don't know where to start or you don't know how to start. And I want to keep on capacitating you so that the person that we see today will be a different person 1 year from now, will be a different person 2 years from now, because your bank balance will have trebled. You will now become a 6-figure, 7-figure, 9-figure individual, all right? Now, in terms of some of the tips that you need in order for some of the tips that I can share for you as a winner, all right? You need to be resilient. You need to be tenacious. You need also to understand this economy that you're going into. Like I said, this is a new thing for a lot of us as South Africans, but it doesn't mean that it is not possible. There are some people that are already getting over $10,000 every single month by being a part of the gig economy. And I'm actually going to be sharing with you some of those online and offline streams that you too can participate in. All right. Right. So let's get into the business of the day. Your mindset is right. You understand exactly what you're going into. Now, what are the options that are out there for you? All right. So we've got 2 distinct categories in terms of the side hustles that you can participate in. The one is online side hustles, and the other one is offline side hustles. And just depending on your personality, depending on how much you can afford, just depending on where you're based even, right? You can start tomorrow. What you're going to start with, depending on whether it's online or offline, will be dependent on some of the things that I'm going to be discussing at this stage in this presentation. Now, in terms of online side hustles, what are they? All right. So I want you to understand that when we're talking about online streams of income, we're talking about any income stream you can earn by either using a digital asset, all right, or a digital platform. So with digital assets, right, these could be your Instagram profile. Some of you are just busy Instaring willy-nilly, but do you know that there's some people that are intentional about what they post because they want to become influencers? So it's about starting with the end goal in mind in terms of the digital asset that you create. Some people have created websites and they use those websites to blog, and from the blogging, they then get additional streams of income from advertising. So depending on where you are at, right, with your online streams of income, know that you must create digital assets, or you must use digital platforms in order to generate these online streams of income, right? Online streams of income can either be passive or they can be active. And this will depend on the amount of time that you are actually involved in the creation of those incomes. So earlier on, I talked about a website as a digital asset, right? And then using advertising on the website to then generate income. And I promise you, if you have a good website that has been optimized, where you've got traffic coming in, that can be a great source of passive income, all right? Same thing with your Instagram profile, right? If you can monetize, right, by allowing other companies to come and advertise, or you actually going to advertise for them and getting royalties, that too can become passive income. So just depending on whether or not you want to be an active participant or you want to create an asset that you can feed off passively, online is an oyster. There's so many opportunities that you can plug into in terms of online. And again, depending on how much time you can actually afford, you need to make a decision. Do you want to be actively involved in the creation of the income, or you want to actually create an asset that would then generate passive income for you going into the future? Now, let's go into the meat of this presentation, all right? One of my favorite streams of income or streams of online income stream are dividend income and interest income, all right? And I'm going to teach you a very important principle, especially where it pertains to interest income, because when people earn interest income, they're not mindful of certain things that are critical in order to make this work, all right? Now, if you've got interest income, right, One key principle I want you to write down or to remember every time you're in it for interest income is you must earn interest income that is inflation beating. Now, let me know in the chat room, how many of us in there know what the current inflation rate is? And you're allowed to guess, right? Because it is important for you to understand these things so that your own quality of life, your own quality of living does not deteriorate as a result of these streams of income. So if you know what the current inflation is, hit me up in the chat room. Let me know what is the current inflation rate that you need to be beating if you are earning interest income, right? So it's not just about plugging into these online streams of income. It needs to make financial sense, all right? I'm still waiting for you people, great people. What is the current inflation rate? Such that for all these streams of income, you make sure that it is sustainable. You make sure that you are earning more than the rate at which the cost of living is growing, right? So inflation just means that there's a sustained increase in the cost of living. In layman's terms, if baked beans was 10 Rand last year, inflation means that it's no longer 10 Rand, it's now 12 Rand. So inflation eats into your buying power. It means that the cost of living is becoming more expensive. Nonkolo saying is it 4%, Kaona saying 5%, any other guesstimates? Tuto 5.39%. I love that. Maybe you should actually become the next Minister of Finance. Who knows? But inflation is approximately at about 5.4%. So Tuto, you're on the money there. And you want to make sure that if your money is in a bank account, earning you interest income, it is more than 5.4%, my people, my good people, all right? If you're being offered 2%, 3%, then it's a hobby. It's a feel-good activity. You're not doing anything to add to your bottom line. Yes, you're earning interest income, but it's not enough. And we are not about settling because we said we can do it and we are leveling up. So if it's interest income, make sure that you're earning more than at least 5.4% annually so that the income you're earning from there can at least allow you to maintain your quality of life. With dividend income, you earn this stream of income as a result of owning shares, all right? Now, a share is just a participatory interest in a company, and that company can either be listed or it can be unlisted. So when you invest in your cousin brother's Chisanyama down the road, that is an unlisted company, but for you investing or putting capital in his Chisanyama, he can actually give you some money on a regular basis for compensating you for having invested in his Chisanyama. So we call that dividend income. When someone actually declares a dividend so you can share in the profitability of that business. Now, like I said, with the Chisanyama, some days are going to be great, but if it's in winter, it's not going to be as great as it is in summer, all right? We know that from the statistics. So don't now expect your cousin who is the Chisanyama owner to give you a dividend in winter, because at that point in his business, it might not be as profitable, all right? So with dividend income, you're not the person running the company, you're not the person running the organization, you're being compensated for the capital you've invested in the company so that it can run successfully, all right? So that's the first opportunity. Then we also have another online stream of income that has become extremely popular, which is drop shipping, right? Now with drop shipping, what you do is you are what I call a magnificent middleman, right? You're a middleman between the customer and the supplier. And the person you are working for as a middleman might be a supplier of anything under the sun, right? The only thing is that you don't take on the risk of owning the assets or having the stock. All you do is look for potential customers, right? And you link them to the supplier. So as a drop shipper, all right, you can have a drop shipping store on a website, and basically you drive traffic to the website. Once people place their orders, it's not your role to fulfill them because you already have a relationship with a supplier who then makes the order fulfillment straight to the customer. All you did was made sure that the goods were visible to a particular niche or target market. Now, in layman's term, what does this mean? You could actually open up a drop shipping store for furniture. So you're not going to be the manufacturer of the furniture, right? You're not going to have the stock of the furniture, but you will know someone who actually makes fantastic furniture. And all you do with your website is get people to commit to orders on your website. So they pay on the website, you send the order through to your wonderful supplier, who then makes sure that the shipping is done directly to the individual, all right? Now, with drop shipping, one of the important things you need to remember is that you're not going to carry the stock, but you need to work hard to make sure that you get traffic coming onto your drop shipping store, all right? And drop shipping is quite new in South Africa, all right? But it's a great opportunity, right? Because it's not yet flooded. There are a lot of opportunities if you can get a wonderful supplier, if you've got a target audience that you can influence to buy things via your website, you can get a cut, and the supplier ships the things directly to the customers that you found for them, all right? Now, YouTube, how many hours are we each spending on YouTube? Let me know in the chat room, how many hours on average are you spending a day on YouTube? Let me know in the chat room, how many of you are spending any time at all on YouTube? Mandisa saying all day. Thank you for that honest response. All day on YouTube. Tuto, lots, I see you. Anybody else spending time on YouTube? And Tumisa says 5 hours, Kawana 4 hours. Lovely, guys. And my next question to each one of you is, how much money are you making all day? How much money are you making in 4 hours? How much money are you making in those 5 hours that you're on YouTube? Let me know. Kawana honestly saying nothing. Who else is going to be bold and brave and tell me how much money you're making whilst you're spending all that time on YouTube? Tandeka also saying no money. Pakiso, zilch, zip, nada. Tuto also saying nada, right? And you are in the right place today because we want to change your story, right? You cannot be affording other people an opportunity to make money off you, off your eyeballs on YouTube. Now is the time to make sure that you get paid on YouTube too, right? Now, what are some of the things you can do on YouTube? So one of the classic things is you can actually start a channel, all right? And just to give you an idea how much you need to grow your channel for you to start making real money, all right? You need to have approximately 1 million views to make $1,000. So it's a lot of work, all right? You need to have approximately 1 million views in order for you, 1 million views for you to make about $1,000. Not just that, you need to have had approximately 400,000 hours in the previous year for you to start monetizing your YouTube channel. But once you hit those specific benchmarks, all right, you can actually start making passive income. So a video that you made in say 2012 can still earn you a lot of money in 2015, in 2020, in 2025 even, because content on YouTube is a digital asset. Not only that, you can also get sponsorship, all right? So you can actually get people sponsoring the channel, which is another stream of income. You can also get people advertising at the beginning of your videos, all right? And it takes someone watching for approximately 30 seconds, right? At the beginning, at the end, or in the middle, before that particular individual can actually start earning money from their YouTube channel. So next time you are tempted to just go skip ad, have some feelings, all right? At least 10 times a day, watch the entire ad so that someone can actually make their income off the content you're going to be consuming. So who here is excited to start earning some money from a YouTube channel? Who here is committing to starting a YouTube channel? And you know what? If you want to start your YouTube channel, all right, find something you're passionate about, find something that you are an expert about, find something that you feel comfortable talking about. My mentor always says, you just need to know a little bit more than the next person in order for you to actually maximize or monetize on YouTube, right? So Mandisa, I love it. She says she's got videos. Let us know how's the journey been. Tabiso saying no, but it's okay, guys. There's an opportunity for you to actually start. Now, moving along in terms of the other streams of income, you can actually have your own online store, such as on Etsy. You can do surveys, guys. Surveys are a cheap and affordable place to start and tap in terms of online streams of income. Another big thing that's on the rise is being a virtual assistant. So you don't necessarily have to be in South Africa. You can actually be a VA to someone who's sitting in the US. Another trend that we've seen is people starting webinars. So webinars are great as leads to things like courses, to things like a worksheet you might have, a toolkit. Start creating content that you can publish online and make some money for yourself. Right. The other things you can also do online, you can write an ebook. You can also do what we call affiliate marketing, where basically if you do reviews on YouTube on particular books that go-getters or successful people should be reading, you can have affiliate links at the bottom of your YouTube channel so that anytime someone then buys those books that you're reviewing, you can actually make some money. Who is being helped at this point in time? Awesome. Awesome. Kawana saying there's one called Prolific. Fantastic. I've already talked about course creation. You can also do graphic design if you are extremely talented in that particular facet. And yeah, guys, those are some of the opportunities you can use in order to start making your online streams of income. As examples on where you can actually start earning dividend income, interest income, make sure you download platforms like Easy Equities, right? If you're good at visuals, graphics, and giving feedback in terms of websites, user testing is a fantastic platform you can download and tune into so that you too can make money from reviewing the user experience from websites. M4Jam, another fantastic platform that can help you get plugged in tomorrow so that you too can start making money online. Fiverr, another leading online digital platform that can allow you to also make money as a freelancer, right? And it's not a one size fits all. There are going to be different jobs that are going to be advertised on these particular platforms, but make sure that you sign up for the ones that are going to help you produce the best out of yourself. Shopify, Flex Jobs, Etsy, Freelance are other great platforms that you can actually use in order for you to make money online. I see someone in the chat saying, you know, what sort of opportunities are available in terms of surveys, right? So with surveys, it will differ, all right? There's some people that want to understand what the user experience is like when people walk into their shops, when they do online shopping. And if you just Google, right, surveys for money, there's going to be a myriad of options or results that are going to come up because companies are looking for feedback. They're always on the hunt for feedback or people that are willing to test out their products, their services, so that they can keep on improving them. And one of the quick and easy ways you can do that is by answering questions, doing these surveys so that they get the feedback and you get paid for actually giving that feedback. All right. Right, we move on to offline side hustles, all right? Now with offline side hustles, I'm sure you can already guess that when we're talking about offline side hustles, we're actually talking about we being able to make money offline, all right? So when you're offline, it means that you're now exchanging a resource. You're exchanging time for money. You're physically involved in the generation of that particular money or income stream, right? Now, at the end of the day, like I said, it's up to you whether you want to be involved in either online or offline. But what's important is for you to know how much time you have available, so that at the end of the day, you create a good reputation about being able to deliver on that which you have committed to. All right. Offline streams of income will require the exchange of a physical product or time or service in order for you to generate the income. All right. In order to scale them, it tends to be quite difficult, but not impossible. And scaling allows you to then improve in terms of the profitability. Offline streams of income generally tend to be active, and they require your full participation and involvement in order for you to generate them, right? Now, in terms of these offline streams of income, a good starting point is to ask yourself, what are you good at? What do you enjoy doing effortlessly? What do your friends often tell you you're good at? What do they often ask you about or ask you to help with, right? And normally what I say is the things we're talented at, or the things that we are good at, or the things that are bankable gifts are normally right under our nose, but because we do it so effortlessly, it's sometimes difficult to identify them, right? Now, once you've actually identified what bankable gift you are, what gift you can monetize, ask yourself, what problem can I solve with my gift? What problem can I solve with the service? What problem can I solve with the skill set that I have? Next thing you want to be asking yourself, where are these people sitting that can actually use this problem solver or this pain alleviator that I've actually come up with, right? Because at the end of the day, it's not good enough for you to have a great idea, but no people to sell it to, all right? Have a great idea, but also have people that you can sell that great idea to. Now, some of the things you can be involved in order for you to earn your offline streams of income include rental income, okay? And let me know in the chat, what types of things do you know can help generate rental income? Let me know in the chat room, what opportunities do you know that are available that can help you earn rental income even tomorrow? Let me know in the chat room what options and opportunities are out there that can help you to earn rental income. All right, any brave people that know what they can be doing in order for them to earn rental income? Right, Tabi, so I like that, renting out equipment. Mandis are saying car rentals, fabulous, fabulous. What else, guys? I want your blood to start rushing to your head and tell me, what else have you heard that you can actually do so that you can rent out, so that you can get income? Timber, excellent. Rental, room rental. Tuto saying Airbnb, fabulous. Keep them coming, guys, keep them coming. Because I want you to actually realize that some of these solutions, you've already come up or come across them, and it is possible for you to also earn an income from them. All right. Awesome. Mokolo saying entertainment spaces. You are on the money. You're on the money. You're on the money, guys. And I love it. I love it. I love it. And just a few things I want you to actually think about. Some of them are things that I used in my own lifetime. I had so many ball gowns, right, that I'd collected over the years, collecting dust in my wardrobe, right? And that's the thing with rental income. You don't even have to look far to invest or to start earning rental income. Now, with all these beautiful dresses, all these beautiful ball gowns that I had, I actually started a rent a dress business, okay? Where if someone was going for their matric dance, they could hire my dress, and they didn't actually need to put up the full upfront amount in order for them to look good. I've already done the legwork, buying that dress, putting in that capital, and all you have to do is look good at half the price or a quarter of the price even, right? So I love it. Lumisa saying you can rent out tent, chairs, tools, and equipment. Lovely, guys. Tandeka, wedding gown rental. And that's exactly how I want you guys to start thinking about it, because you can rent out even excess plates in your house, excess glasses in your house. You can rent out things like mattresses even, right? You can rent out mining equipment, depending on how capitalized or well capitalized you are. But the opportunities are there, right? Another example that I love to give is with breast pumps, right? Being a recent mom, I know what it's like for some mothers who've got children that are in ICU to survive. Those children need breast milk for them to be able to survive. And one of the best breast pumps that are on the market is Medulla. And hospitals actually rent out Medulla breast pumps in order for them to facilitate the neonatal care for those premature babies that are in ICU. So that could be a business that you can go into of just hiring out Medulla breast pumps, all right? There are opportunities. There are lots of opportunities out there. I remember in the chat, someone also talked about resale profit. Now with resale profit, I think it's quite popular as an offline stream of income. You go and you find someone who's got undervalued goods and you sell them at a profit. And depending on how much you have, all right, you can scale your resale profit by going into things like property, where you go into a property, you renovate it, increase its market value, and then you sell it off, all right? That's still resale profits. Airbnb, someone has already talked about it. Property flips, which I also alluded to in terms of resale property, resale profits, where basically you go in, buy properties on auction, buy undervalued property in a growing community or in a booming economy. You make some touches here and there, change the bathroom tiles, add a new sink in the kitchen, tile it, add granite tables. And guess what? At the end of the day, you're in the money, you're in a position to actually then make money from property. All right. Uber, another great opportunity for you to make money offline. House sitting, especially during the festive season, when people are traveling, they want to make sure that they leave their houses with someone they can trust. And house sitting is a great opportunity for you to earn some offline income. Right? We've already talked about the resale of goods. Another thing that you can also do, especially now where people have been accumulating a lot of things in their homes, is yard sales. You can start a professional yard sale company, right? Where you offer people the opportunity of getting rid of the junk. Anything they haven't used for the last 1 year, give them a proposal on how you can allow them to make money off it through yard sales, right? Nonkolo is asking what skills are required for house sitting. So for house sitting, obviously you need to be, you need to have a good record and not have any criminal offenses to your name, right? You might want to make sure that you've got a good police clearance certificate. You want to also make sure that you are naturally vigilant. But if you've got the time to house sit, because chances are you might need to be in that house for the next 5 days, for the next week, that's another great opportunity in terms of offline income. Personal training, if you're good with physique, you're good with training and helping people do exercise or keep healthy, another fantastic opportunity to make offline income. Tutoring, another fantastic opportunity again for you to make that offline income stream. Babysitting, decluttering, also fantastic opportunities you can plug in so that you can make additional streams of income. And by the way, guys, it's as easy as saying babysitting opportunities in Johannesburg if you're in Johannesburg, babysitting opportunities in Durban if you're in Durban. Another hot thing that's recently come up is selling vintage items, all right? So if you are good at spotting vintage items that you can add value to and sell off, things like wine, things like old gowns, things like old doll houses, any vintage items, and you're a great collector, then there you go, boom, an opportunity for you to make more money offline. Car washes, also quite popular as an alternative to offline streams of income. Interior designing and offering senior services to the aged population in South Africa. So guys, there you have it. Fantastic ways to create multiple streams of income for yourself. Mobile laundry and removal services being something else that you can also participate in for you to make streams of income offline. Someone Someone said, I don't look for the easy option, I look for the growth option. I don't look for the fast way, but I look for the best way. And I hope that that is how you're going to live from this day going forward. So to sum it all up, I want you to be thinking, how do I start from this point in time? All right. What do I do from here? Where to? What next? All right. Now I'm going to show you my formula on how you too can get started, stop the talking, and get to doing. All right. So I've got a formula that I've put together for you, which I call the 7-day money makeover plan, where on day one, it's all about your due diligence, asking yourself, what am I good at? What do I like? What do I excel at? In day two, right, ask yourself, based on my current financial situation and position, right, what is viable? What can I start doing tomorrow? Day three, do your cost benefit analysis of the 3 options that you have and which one is going to give you the best return on the investment of your time. Then research on day 4 what pain points, what problems your service can be solving. How do you package it? How do you make sure that you can actually put it out into the market? On day 5, list down 20 potential clients you can sell to. Once you're done with your list on day 6, start marketing on steroids. Contact those 20 people. Ask them, do they know any 20 other people that you can be selling your service or your product to? And last but not least, on day 7, keep working hard, keep sweating it, sell like there's no tomorrow, and watch your bank balance blow up. Right. So in summary, what I want you to take away from this is that you have capabilities, you've got the potential, you've got the capacity like no other profession offers, all right? Since you probably have never had the comfort of a permanent job, you are actually rightly positioned in order for you to take advantage of the gig economy, side hustles, and freelance work. Be willing to try new things, be hungry for success, and never forget that your hard work can be monetized, it can be capitalized, and you too can become a 6-figure individual. To contact me, guys, I am available on info@momsandmoney.org, www.momsandmoney.org, or on #momsandmoney_. It's been fantastic serving you, and please let me know how you're going with your side hustles going forward. Thank you very much. Over to you, Darren.
Oh my goodness, Tsungai. That was absolutely amazing. Guys, did I not tell you were going to be hanging on her every single word? I've never heard somebody come up with so many ideas. I feel like after this, there is absolutely no excuse for anybody who's attended this webinar to have a side hustle. Thank you. You've done an amazing job. Please stay until the end. We'll hopefully get a tip for the week from you before we say goodbye. That was absolutely brilliant. I absolutely, I'm like flabbergasted. But let me stop talking and get straight onto it, because next up, we've got our next guest, who is Vuyisile Mpela. Let me get there. You met him on Tuesday at the webinar. He's the managing director and founder of Mpela Production. As a performing artist, he has 22 years of experience in acting, singing, voice, and puppetry, directing, and writing. He's acted in many television programs, dramas, and has worked on worked with corporates and NGOs. He also works with young people in schools, community-based organizations, and companies. And Mpela provides extensive training on life skills, HIV and AIDS, sexual health, employment assistance programs, financial literacy, and much more. Vuyisile, please turn your mic and camera on and let's get you on screen.
Hey, Molo, Darren.
I think this has been so amazing, just listening to Tsungai. But I think what's great about what we're going to talk about with you is this is where it gets practical, because I know that you are literally somebody who practices everything we've just heard Tsungai talk about. And so let's kick off by, what does financial resilience mean to you?
Okay, thank you very much, Darren. Yeah, financial resilience, maybe what I can start talking about is, what is resilience? Resilience for me means to resist and to make sure that I hold on to something that I believe in. In this case, we're talking about money. So I need to make sure, like Tungai said, make sure that whatever I have, I hold on to it, and I make sure that I actually multiply it. So yeah, it's just for me as a performer or as an artist to make sure that as a creative, I come up with different ways or streams in which I can make sure that I always have the buying power.
Okay, so let's talk about you as an artist, right? So you obviously live this life. Do you think that artists need to be hustlers? And what does it mean to hustle?
All right, so obvious the answer to that, because as performers, we know that we don't have a monthly salary. So if my agent doesn't phone me for auditions, or if I'm not casted to do something else, am I going to sit back on my couch and wait for my director or my agent to call me to say, hey, there is a job there or whatever? Should I just be waiting for that particular person? No. So as a performer or as a creative, I need to think on my foot, and as a creative, think creatively. What is it that I can do? What other skills do I possess that will actually help me to be able to make money, to make a living, more than maybe before even thinking about maybe being rich, but being able to pay rent, being able to get money to go to those auditions. Like I start here, like Tungai said, you need to have a plan. For me to be able to own a huge multi-million production company, I need to start today doing small things. What is it that I can do? What skills do I possess which actually set me apart from the next person? So yeah.
Fuyisile, now I obviously watch you on social media. I know I watch your WhatsApp statuses, you and your wife, and I think you obviously are so into this. And so how have you maintained various side hustles or revenue streams to remain resilient, especially in a time like this?
All right, Darren, I'll just take this back just a bit. At times you find that you actually need to, you're supposed to be having money. You don't actually have money to buy this or that, or the jobs are very low. I'll take, for an example, 2008, if you can remember, it was recession. So the first people who are cut out in terms of luxury for companies and all of that, it will be us as artists or as maybe facilitators and all of that. So the rent was low. So we did not have anything that we could do as artists. So I had to think creatively. Like I said, as a creative, you need to think creatively. I thought to myself, you know what? My mom taught me how to cook. So I went out, Darren, I sold muhodu, tribe. I sold ox head. I sold pig's head, like you just chop it and roast it, and with pap. And I actually advertised that. People came, taxi drivers, everyone, they came to start buying that. So for me, instead of saying there's no source of income for me, I can't do what I love doing, which is maybe being in front of the camera or being on stage performing. I had to make sure that I do something that is going to generate income. At one stage, I had to even sell vegetables next to a church. So, and I actually had to be creative. Instead of just standing there waiting for people, I went to people's houses and said, I've got prepaid vegetables. You pay me up front. I make sure for the whole month, I deliver your vegetables. You just tell me what you want. So it's me being creative. So all in all, what one needs to do, you just need to make sure that whatever you do what you love. You look at the set of skills that you have. What is it that I am excited about doing? Just to run this off, I think it's Miles Monroe who said, there's a difference between work and job. So I can actually wake up and go and do a job. A job is something that will just have to generate money so that I live. But after that, I need to think back. What is it that I can do that makes me happy, that gives me inner fulfillment, that is work for me? So, and that you actually make money even passively.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Talk to us a little bit about some of the side hustles that you're involved in, that you've done, and how have you balanced this with your work plus all of your side hustles? What are the challenges? What are the benefits?
All right. Like I said, I sold food, cooked food. I sold vegetables at a corner. I also am doing facilitation because as a performer, it means I can actually stand before people. I can do presentation, public speaking. I'm good at it. So why don't I actually even tap into that market? So I also do that. At one stage, I actually sat back. We actually, with my friends, we started a bakery. We also went on to start a restaurant, which obviously when COVID came in, yeah, we had to bow out. But I don't sit back, Darren, and say, this is what I do. When people ask me, what do you do? I say, whatever you can bring to me, I can do it. And I think, as you said, as is my wife, whatever you bring to her, that she can do. So we are a very great combination. We balance and we balance each other. So yeah, anything you bring it on, I'll do it for you. Yeah, the challenges that one obviously have is to be able to manage your time and make sure that whatever service you give to people, give quality service. Make sure that whatever you do, people will come back to you tomorrow to say, hey, I need 1, 2, 3. I also have an industrial theater company called Mpela Productions. We do industrial theater shows for schools, as you said, for companies, for like anyone, government departments. When we do this work, the only thing that I would ask from my actors is when we do work, we need to make sure that tomorrow those people won't go elsewhere to look for those services. They need to make to know that when we go to Mpela, we get the best and nothing but the best.
I was saying earlier on, I heard it being said, if you ask a good hustler, what do you do? They say, what do you need? And then they formulate the next answer after that. Vuyisile, as we wrap up the discussion with you, what tips would you give to somebody who would like to start a side hustle, particularly other artists and those on the webinar today?
All right. I think the easiest thing that I can say to my fellow artists is, how hungry are you? If you're hungry enough, you'll sit back, you'll actually look at your hands, you look at your surrounding. What is it that you excel on? What is it that you are very good at doing? What is it that, like I think Swangai said, what problems can you solve? Because people are sitting out there, other people are just lazy to even go to the shop. Why don't you maybe come up, just get bicycles and whatever and get people to do local deliveries and all of that? Because that 200 rands that you're going to make a week, it's actually a 200 rands that you do not have inside your pocket. So it's anything that actually you feel like you can do, just go out and do it. Like she said, the best time to do that, it's now. Start today.
This has been so amazing. Thank you so much, Vuyisile. I think I love chatting to you because I think you make it so practical, and I think you're a living example of somebody who literally does not sit back and wait. You go out and you find and create opportunities. And so thank you for that. Thank you also for the example that you set for other artists. You know, it's not a small thing to have been able to be in this space for 22 years as a self-employed artist, and you are making it. We know that you're not a struggling artist. And so I think a lot of the people, a lot of people on the webinar today actually aspire to be like you. But I think we've learned from you that you have to start somewhere, and how hungry are you? That's an amazing thing that you've left us with.
Thank you very much, Darren.
So guys, let's quickly, I do have 2 questions, and so I'm going to move to Q&A quickly, if that's all right. And so Tungai, I think the first question that we have for you, let me find it here quickly. So it is, how does one avoid being scammed, especially when it comes to side hustles? We know that we're looking for the opportunity, we see some opportunities, but so many people fall victim to scams. And so how can one avoid being scammed or becoming a victim to a scam when you're trying to start a side hustle?
All right, so the good thing is, if it's online, if you're going for the online options, most of the digital platforms that are already available have got security systems in place. All right, so if someone actually offers a job, they are obliged to pay you after the completion of the job. All right, so try and go for your verified platforms for starters. And then if you are going into business, all right, and you are selling a good or you're selling a service, before you deliver, ask yourself, what is the minimum amount that I need to break even, all right? And ask for that amount as a deposit. So that if someone was trying to scam you, guess what? You're ahead of your game. They will find you ready, all right? So don't give services, don't give products with the expectation or anticipation of getting paid later, unless you've got a track record with that particular client or customer. So try and make sure that you do your diligence. If you're going to be supplying things in bulk, try and get a deposit upfront. The amount of the deposit should be something that actually helps you to break even at the very least, and then grow your business. And I think another thing that we always get told, if it's too good to be true, it is too good to be true, right? If people tell you that they're going to be offering you cryptocurrency and you can double your money in 5 days or in 5 hours, run, because no economy under the sun can deliver a doubling in a day. Even South Africa, if it's growing at 5% per annum, who now comes to you and tells you they can deliver 20% per day? If South Africa, Mzansi, as a unit, is doing 5% a year. So it's also about applying logic. We're not saying that just because we're hungry for money, we put our brains on the side. Still keep thinking, still keep hustling, still keep working hard. You will get good opportunities out there.
Tungai, thank you so much. What is your tip for the week?
My tip for the week is just start. Go do it.
Beautiful. Thank you again so much for joining us. I think it's been an amazing time that we've had with you. Thank you so much for sharing so openly with us this afternoon. Vuyisile, your tip for the week?
Yeah, thank you very much, Darren. My tip for the week is that's actually what Mendoza said. So how will you make it? How will you get it? How will you manage to make things happen if you're just sitting back and expecting things to happen miraculously? So
nice one. Love it. Thank you so much, Vuyisile. Timba saying, wow, I'm ready to start. I saw somebody else, Sandile, saying today was good. I should have a side hustle up in the next weeks before December. Great one, great one. I love that 7-day formula that some guy gave us. That means there's no excuse. Tandeka saying, woo, it was fantabulous. Thank you to the whole team. Awesome stuff. Uzoitola kanjani is what Temba echoing there, what you said, Vuyisile. Awesome stuff. Guys, it has been an amazing, amazing masterclass. Thank you so much to every single one of you for attending. Thank you so much for showing up on time. Thank you for staying and just absorbing all of this information. I think all of us on this webinar, this masterclass today, were like sponges because it's been such great information that both Tungai and Vuyisile have shared with us. My name is Darren August. It's been an absolute pleasure being your host on today's masterclass. I will see you on Tuesday. Remember, Tuesday we start at 10 a.m. in the morning for our next webinar, which will be a 2-hour webinar, and it's going to be just as great as what today has been. Have a great day, have a great week, and start thinking about your side hustle. Enjoy the rest of your afternoon, everybody. Goodbye.